Hello and welcome to this special video where we'll be looking at more of the light up features of the Falcon. These are all mods, third-party add-ons that I am doing, so you don't have to do this with your own model. I just thought I'd take a plunge on these things to kind of make the Falcon a bit more how I want it to be. I've said before that the ramp moving so much doesn't really bother me because I'm not really going to be using that moving part, but the lights of the Falcon, that is what got me excited. Speaking of the main light, the engine, we're going to be looking at a little later on in this video. But to start with, I just want to talk about something which I started months ago now, which is the cockpit lights. So as you know, with the just the vanilla build, you get kind of the cockpit face, and then you get a lighting pack which attaches to the back here, and it shines white, and all these parts light up white, or the color of the sticker, I should say, through that. But I wanted to add just a little extra, so I have gone down the fiber optic route. I have never done fiber optics before, so I am brand new to this, which is why I haven't filmed much of this on camera and shown you guys, because I am very nervous about it. But this is what it looks like with all the fiber optics attached for now. So the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to attach that lighting box that I just spoke about, which is here. This is what I'm talking about. We got this way back in kind of the single issues, I think, maybe issue 10. I just need to attach this back on. Now this is going to be a little fiddlier because of all the fiber optics, so bear with me just while I get this in place. Oh, I should change the focus so you see what I'm doing. I reckon some might pop out, but that's okay. I can always reattach them. Right, okay, so that is clicked in place. Let me just screw this down. Okay, so that is the cockpit with the lighting board back in place as it should be, leaving all these fiber optics to be dealt with. Now, to light up my fiber optics, I am using these lights here, which I got from Chris Holland. As you can see, they all blink in different kinds of colors. I'm not going to be using all of these lights because some are a little too random for me. I don't think I'll be using the yellow much at all, because I don't remember seeing much of the yellow light, and the red, and this one changes all colors, so I don't think I'll be using that one either. So I'm just going to go away now, and I'm going to attach the bulbs, the LEDs, to the fiber optics. I'm not going to do this on camera because I don't really know which ones I'm using for which, and I don't really know how I'm going to attach them, so I'd rather just do this off camera. But when I've done it, I'll come back and I'll show you the final result of my cockpit. Okay, so it's about an hour later. It's quite a fiddly process, this, and I have put all the bulbs in. So if I just turn them on, that is my cockpit. Oh, you really can't see that on camera. The camera does not show that up well at all. Let's just zoom in a bit here. You can kind of see some bulbs flashing and things like that. Okay, yeah, you really can't see it on camera, but in real life, it actually it looks really good. It's not as bright as I thought, and that is really nice. The subtlety is really nice, and I think that's because we've got the kind of white light kind of blocking out some of the blinking, but the blinking is there. It is noticeable. You can see it on camera a little bit, just not as well as in real life. So now that that cockpit part is all done, and this is what it looks like at the back, by the way. As you can see, just turn this back on. I haven't used some of the bulbs. This one I haven't used, and this one. But the majority of them I have actually used, and it does bring across the subtlety. Anyway, I'm waffling. I'm just going to reattach everything from the cockpit, so it becomes the cockpit again, because I have taken it all apart. So the first thing is this part here, and that just slots in there like that. And then of course we have these pieces as well, and actually I'm not going to show this on camera because I've already shown you how to put the cockpit together in an early video. So I'm just going to cut here, put it all back together, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, and here's the cockpit all back together. I actually was missing this round piece that I'm playing with here, and in my travels I found this. Look at this, back from the trial over 2 years ago. Now look at this. Actually, this, I think that's an actual spare official one. Maybe not. No, that's from the trial. That is what the trial cockpit look like with these kind of steering wheels. They still move. But yeah, I just thought I'd like to show that as a nostalgia trip. But this is what we are. This is what we have now. Oh, it's falling apart again. But this is the cockpit that we know and love. Also, don't forget to attach your extension lead so they actually just reach the circuit board before this next step, because otherwise it's going to be fiddly to do so. So what you do now is you get the two halves of the cockpit wall. As you can see, I've got black paint marks all over from where I painted the inside black, just to make sure that there is no light reflection at all. And then it's just a case of lining everything up. That's the bottom. There's a little groove here, which you really can't see now because of the black. Sorry about that. And push the circle back into that groove, like so, making sure that all the fiber optics don't get too caught. And the bulbs are facing this way, like that, and then we'll just pop on the top. Ooh, this is fiddly. Okay. Make sure everything lines up. Oh, this is tight, which is good. Oh, it's a very tight fit. Right, I'm just going to do this off camera. Be right back. Did you hear the panic in my voice there? I really thought that I was going to break it at this last stage. Please ignore all this. I'm going to tidy all this up when I actually come around to painting this part. But that is the cockpit with the LEDs, the fiber optics all installed. I have attached the extension cable, so I can't actually attach it to the battery pack anymore. So I will plug this into the circuit board at the end of this video to show you what it all looks like when it's all done. Also, there are some noticeable lines here, which I know are going to let loads and loads of light through. I have still got some of this tape that we used for the engine, so I might have to take this apart and cover it with that. But we'll see. When it's all down together properly and everything, we'll see what happens with that. So for now, that's the cockpit all done. Let's have a look at those engine lights. Okay, so the last time we saw the engine lights, they looked like this. I just finished attaching that aluminium tape so that they would shine a little bit brighter. Now they look like this. What have you done? That's what I reckon people are thinking. I have made a very nasty job of this, okay? The reason that it looks so tatted is because I used a pair of scissors. I don't have a Dremel or anything like that. I didn't really have time or funds to get one just for this piece because, you know, I want to make sure that I do these videos promptly to kind of show you what I'm doing at the time that we get the issues through. So that is why it looks like that. If you had a Dremel, of course, you could make this a hell of a lot neater. But I know you're asking, why did you do this anyway? I did this anyway to make way for these lights here. Now these were sent through to me by Chris Holland. Thank you very much again for that. And these are blue LEDs. I like my engine blue, okay? I don't care what you say. My Falcon is going to have a blue engine. And these are blue LEDs that Chris has made and is selling for those of you who want that blue engine. And they are more, they stick up more than the strip from the shop built one. And what you do with them is you place them in between like that. That one there, that one like that. And then you reattach that and you'll see the LEDs coming through there. Like I say, it is a very messy job that I have done of this. I recommend using a Dremel or taking more time over it. But the effect will still be the same. All the LEDs, when in place, will shine through and shine blue. So I'm just going to put together this one right now. And this is what it looks like when it's all done. I know that all the bulbs are kind of jetting out kind of a little sporadically. You can actually, if I just push them in and attach a bit of glue on this one, that will stop that wobbling. They're all quite tight in there. What he does recommend is you get get a glue gun, like in this photo here, and glue them down before you attach the outer shell. Once again, I don't have a glue gun, so I cannot do that. And if I just bring in this one here, you'll see that that is the other engine light piece, all completed. Now he also adds this here, which is for the gap in the middle of the lights, kind of that black mark that I kept talking about in the last two videos. This bulb here will shine blue as well, and hopefully will dampen that kind of black mark. So I'm just going to attach all these up, and then I will show you what these new lights look like. And so the engine light is all installed, and here is what it looks like. Absolutely beautiful. I really like how this has come out. That dark patch in the middle has gone. The eagle-eyed amongst you will have noticed that there are some kind of brighter points and darker points around where I'm pointing now. That is because a blue light doesn't give as much coverage as a white light would, and so there are little kind of more irregular dark spots. I say dark spots, they're not dark spots, but dimmer spots on the engine light. And I really like that effect because, you know, the Millennium Falcon is a heap of junk. And so why have an engine that works properly? It doesn't make sense. I like the fact that it is an improper engine, you know, parts are not working as well as it should. So I really like that effect. I think it's very well done. I do want to say though that through the camera lens, it does kind of give a false representation of what the light actually looks like. It is a lot brighter, a lot more of that lightsabery feel through a camera lens, but it is beautiful. I'm very happy with it. And if you want blue lights like this, then I recommend you go speak to Mr. Holland and see what he can do for you. I'm just going to put the lid on here to kind of show you what it looks like with kind of a top covering. Really nice. And also, if we just bring in the cockpit here, the lights are all installed and they're plugged into the circuit board, or it is very out of focus. I will try and get it in focus, but you can see here how kind of subtle the lights are. You know, they do create quite a noticeable blink effect, but they are more subtle than I thought they would be, which is fantastic. And I'm very happy with how this cockpit came out. I'm still struggling with the focus, but I hope that you can see here kind of exactly what the lights look like in the cockpit. It's just enough of movement to kind of give the cockpit a bit of character for me. So very happy overall with all these lighting add-ons. I'm really glad I did it, especially that blue of the engine, just beautiful. And I have actually put it all together with the rest of the Falcon and the other lights, and it does all work perfectly. So all the lights are good for me, which is really fantastic as we go into these final few issues. So next week I am back with issues 92 and 93. We'll be looking at whatever parts come in them, but I'll tell you now, it is very exciting, and it is almost completed, this thing. I mean, staggeringly close. It's quite emotional, really, for me, because it's been 2.5 years odd making this thing, along with the trial and all these videos. So yeah, it's an end of an era coming up, but we've still got a few more videos to go before that happens, and I hope you will join me for them. So until next time then, take care, bye bye.